Hi guys, in this video I am going to share with you all the things I wished I'd known before I started my wig journey. Welcome to my channel. My name is Ange and I like to share all things beauty and lifestyle aimed at the more mature woman. This year my channel has taken a wee bit of a turn and I have got other content as well, as I am navigating a treatment for breast cancer, but majority of my channel is based around makeup and skincare, and I am just sharing my breast cancer journey as well. So if you are interested in seeing makeup tutorials aimed at the more mature woman, or are interested in my breast cancer journey, please consider subscribing by clicking on the subscribe button down below. If you're wanting to be notified each time I do upload a video, click on the notification bell and YouTube will let you know. I do upload videos on a weekly basis. Now I've been trying to find my wig that I'm happy to wear since December last year. So I have had quite the process and I've been bald for quite some time now. My hair is actually starting to grow back very carefully. It's got a wee bit of fuzz. I'm not happy that it's coming back completely grey and it's not coming back consistently. So I'm getting quite a bit of hair around the sides, but my hair is not growing back very well on top here. So I'm probably going to be wanting to wear wigs for quite some time. Now, this hasn't been an easy journey. I was actually quite excited at the start of it, thinking, oh good, I can wear wigs, it's going to be so much fun, I can try different styles, different colours, and I'm not going to need to fluff with my hair. I have found it a lot harder than I thought. I naturally have very fine, thin hair that was quite limp, and I had just started getting to know how to style my hair and enjoy it for what it was. Unfortunately, most wigs that you get are actually a lot of hair, and when you are somebody who's not used to having a lot of hair, it feels very foreign. Add to that being bald for 2 or 3 months, or in my case even longer than 3 months, you go and pop a wig that's just full of lots and lots of hair, it feels super foreign, and it just didn't feel right for me. So I want to share some tips for anyone going through or that will go through this journey of what I think you need to look out for when buying a wig, because it's not as simple as just seeing a style that you like, buying it, and wow, you're happy. I have purchased 9 wigs in this journey and I have only found one that I'm truly really happy with. I've sent 2 back, I've passed one on, I'm about to sell another one, and I may even pass on an extra one as well. I'm going to do some wig reviews of everything I've got, and I'm going to evaluate at the end of that which ones I'm going to keep. First and foremost, the one thing you do need to do when you are looking for a wig is make sure you measure your head correctly. But you need to measure your hair from where your hairline is to the nape. You need to measure from ear to ear, and you need to measure the circumference of your head. This will determine whether you are a petite, average, or a large size cap for wigs. If you are average, that is the majority of wigs. I personally am petite as even though I've got an average circumference, I'm really little from here to here, the ear to ear, and I'm really little from my head to the top, let alone down to the back. So sometimes I get a lot of gappage in the cap. So I do like petite caps the best for me. One of the big things that I've found for wigs that have made them very uncomfortable for me are ear tabs. I've just got one sitting here. Now the ear tabs are sometimes they have, like, for me it feels like it's a bit of metal that you can pinch into your head to help your wig be more secure on your head. And I will show by putting one on shortly. My problem with a lot of wigs is the ear tabs sit really low over my ears because of the fact that I am quite little here. So when they sit so low down here, if I want to tuck here behind my ear can stick out like this because it's so bulky. We are wearing masks here because of COVID at the moment, and when you've got a low ear tab, then you've got to stick a mask around. A lot of times I've got an ear that's sticking out like this. My ear tab's got all bent up, and it just screams that lady is wearing a really ill-fitting wig. So a lot of times in this journey, I've only started wearing wigs to work in the last couple of weeks. I have just been wearing my beanies because I just feel so much more comfortable with them. So that's a big thing for me, and that's when the petite size for me helps, because then the ear tab sits up a little bit higher and is so much more comfortable for me. Now sometimes you might get, I've had a couple of wigs where I've had a lot of gappage in the cap. I have been advised that you can take them in by sewing the inside of the cap to help it feel better. I don't want to do that, and I've just been looking for a cap that fits me properly from the get-go. Something else that I've found, I might find a style I absolutely love, but it has way too much hair, and if it's too buffy, I just feel overwhelmed by hair. I personally like wigs with a low density, so not much hair, that is not boofy and is more realistic for me. So I personally look for low density wigs. You may find a style that you really love and the colours are not available. So I've ended up with an array of different colours of wigs, only because sometimes I'll find a wig I like, but it doesn't come in a colour that I would have preferred to have, so I've had to compromise when it comes to colour. Something I really hate in wigs, and this is me, you either love it or you hate it, I hate it, and that is permatease. Permatease is used to hide the fact that this is not a monofilament cap, but it is just a standard cap. And so when someone is looking on top so that they don't see all this material, they bulk it up with permatease. But I actually really dislike this. This to me is so wiggy. I hate the crimping effect. Sometimes permatease is also used to give you volume. And as I have said, I don't like the volume. I prefer low density. So permatease is not something I'm looking for to give me volume. But I hate this matted effect. Like this wig I've only worn a few times, so it's not matted because of me wearing it. It looks matted because that's the permatease, and I really dislike that. for me, the permatease just makes me feel so very wiggy, and I don't feel comfortable. Out of all my wigs, this is my favourite colour. I love the dark brown, but sometimes it's not always possible to get that shade. The wig I like in style, I've had to get with these highlights because I couldn't get a nice dark brown that I really liked. I like a nice warm brown, not something that's bordering on black. So permatease, I absolutely hate it, and it's something that I wished I'd known more about prior. I did watch a lot of videos and a lot of reviews, but I really think until you touch, feel, experience wigs yourself, there is a big learning curve. Unfortunately, for me, there isn't a store locally where I can see a lot of wigs on display and see the difference. Where I went, they bought out 4 or 5 different wigs that they thought would suit me, and I didn't get to see the difference in permatease, not permatease, low density and buffy. I think I needed to see all the differences to get a handle on it, and I probably wouldn't have wasted so much money if I'd had more of an understanding of what it was like to wear these different things. Something that I think is really important in wigs from my point of view, if you are wanting them to look realistic, is when it comes to the cap construction. So as I showed you in this wig that had all the permatease, and the reason it has all the permatease is because it is a basic cap construction. You have your wefting at the back, and the wefting's really important to let air flow through so you don't get too hot, and then the crown on the top here is just a standard cap. I have discovered that I really like something with a monofilament. This is this bit here, so that when it is parted, it gives the illusion of scalp when you're looking at it from the top. No permatease, and it just looks like it's your natural scalp. I also like lace fronts. Now lace fronts give you that appearance, so you don't have this at the edge of the hair. You have this lace front so that when you're looking at your hair pulled back or it's away from your face, it looks more natural than if it was with fabric. So that is something I've discovered. Now you can get these, what they call, it's just a monofilament side part, and by that it means that you can only part it on that parting if you're wanting it to look natural. If you spend a little bit more money again, you can get what's called a full monofilament top, which goes over the whole of the head, which means you can part it wherever you want to and play with different styles of the wig, and it's going to look natural wherever. Now these normally cost a little bit more money. I got this particular wig in clearance because someone had bangs cut in it, and I was happy with the bangs, so I got that at a really good price. Then you also have standard synthetic, which these are, and then I have purchased one heat friendly synthetic. The reason I've gone myself for just straight synthetic for the majority of my wigs is that I don't have much of a neck. Wigs don't have a very long shelf life, to be fair. If you wear them every day, they do break down, they get matted, they get knotty. You do need to really care for your wigs. So it's not just a matter of wearing a wig, plonking it on your head, putting it on a wig stand at the end of the day and putting it on again the next day to wear. You need to take care in combing during the day. You need to comb out during the day because they do get tangled. Remembering that synthetic fibres in the wigs is plastic, so it does get matted. You do need to look after it. You have to take care with washing it. You can't use normal hair care products. You have to have specific hair care products aimed at synthetic hair. Now with the heat friendly wigs, they have an even less shelf life. They have less of a life than normal synthetic wigs. So any wig that rubs on your collars or rubs around your shoulders is going to show wear and tear quicker than if it isn't hanging around your neck. So with me having a short neck, most styles are going to drag on my collar, are going to rub around my shoulders. So the one heat friendly wig that I have got, I've got it shorter at the back, but apparently these do not have a very long life to them because they do get matted and can look quite yuck a lot earlier on than standard synthetic wigs. So I've only bought the one to try. They need a lot more care and TLC than standard synthetic wigs, and I just wanted to try one out. A lot of reviews that I've watched have said that the heat friendly fibres are soft and feel like normal hair, but I actually have found a brand that I just I've got a couple of wigs from Aesthetica now, and I just think they feel so silky soft and beautiful, and even more soft than the heat friendly wig that I have purchased. So there is a lot of things to consider when buying wigs. It's not as simple as you may initially think. I have definitely found it quite stressful because I wanted, if I'm going to have a wig, I want a nice wig, and so it's been quite a painful journey really, but I have found one that I do really like now, and I'd actually be even happy if I could try and get it in another colour if I'm going to be wearing wigs for a wee while. So that is my journey and just some of the things that I wanted to share on embarking on wearing wigs. As much as I thought it was going to be fun at the beginning, it was a real learning curve, and there's so many brands out there, there's so many reviews out there, and you need to watch them, I believe, to find someone that's got a similar head measurements to you, similar face shapes to you, because a lot of the wigs I have purchased have been because I've liked them on someone else and they've looked completely different on me and just haven't looked good at all. So I've been let down more than I have been happy when it's come to the wigs. Now also, from my point of view, I've been purchasing my wigs from Australia because I have found wigs here in New Zealand are extremely expensive. My first wig I bought in New Zealand was $770. Now I did get a subsidy for my first and only wig, and I wasted it on that. I got a $400 subsidy. I, after this journey, discovered I can get exactly the same wig in Australia for 330 Australian dollars. Now our exchange rate's not that not that great, not that different, so it's very similar. I can't justify that you can buy something in Australia for a price, but to buy the same product here in New Zealand is double the price. So I've been purchasing mine from Australia, from websites. In New Zealand, there are never any sales. There's only a couple of places where we can purchase wigs. I have found the website that I've been purchasing from very regularly has weekend sales of 25% off. So I've been getting my wigs at a discount. I've also discovered a second website in Australia that I have really enjoyed dealing with. Kerry has just been wonderful and so helpful. I got really frustrated at one point, and she was so helpful through Messenger in helping me make some choices in wigs. And they also have a wonderful clearance section of wigs, and I have bought a couple at an amazing discount through her website, and absolutely have been really thankful for that. So I hope you found that helpful. I just wanted to share that I enjoy watching people who wear wigs and they look amazing, and it's really awesome watching them change up their look, and they just look incredible. One, it's super expensive. It is not cheap buying wigs. Two, it's not as easy as it looks. It really isn't. Three, you do need to take care of your wigs if you want to protect your investment. And yeah, it's trial and error, I believe, in finding styles, density, colour. And human hair wigs are around $2,000 here, so they're very expensive and not something I've ever considered, because they're just way out of the price range, and would hate to make a faux pas with a human hair wig the way I have made faux pas with synthetic wigs. Anyway guys, I do hope you found that helpful. If you are on a journey of looking for wigs, there is a lot more to it than meets the eye, and I wished I'd started doing my homework a lot earlier than me actually needing a wig. I do hope you found that helpful. Thank you for joining me today. I'm going to be sharing wig reviews on every wig that I have here. I do have 7 wig reviews coming, and I hope you find them helpful. I hope you've all had a beautiful and a wonderful day, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. See you later guys. Bye.